So if you don't check in with yourself and how you feel about a certain situation or topic, then you might fall into patterns of people pleasing or just doing things that you don't really even like. So in my last podcast, I talked about this, learning how to stop people pleasing, and I just wanted to go a little bit deeper on this because just doing my own practice today. Every morning I do morning pages, or I tap, like EFT tapping, while I walk my dogs, my dogs are somewhere. I hope they didn't disappear. I'm hanging out outside today, and I just was tapping, and this idea came through for myself. I just wanted to share it with you guys. So the topic of friendship came up. Friendship and partners, and I had a dream last night. So I love to do morning pages and tapping first thing in the morning because we're still in, we're coming out of Delta, going into Theta, and then going from Alpha to Beta. So we're moving from the brainwave states, and it's a really valuable opportunity to utilize these states to keep connecting with the subconscious, to diagnose, to understand your dreams, and to yeah, like, it's just really, like, if you just wake up and you just start working, or you just look on social media, you're really just, first of all, not only are you absorbing that information going right into your subconscious, so it's gonna affect you the whole day, but you're wasting this beautiful opportunity to really have healing with yourself naturally without having to go to a doctor or anything. Also, look at this beautiful tree that I'm sitting on. I don't know if you can see it. I don't have my tripod with me, so I'm just like, I'm just holding the phone with my hand today, so I can't really go that far away. But anyway, so if you're new to my channel, my name is Kayla. Thank you for being here. I am living in Tulum, Mexico. I've been living here for 4 years now. I left New York City. I left my job of 13 years working as a fashion designer and deep house DJ, and moved to Tulum, Mexico 4 years ago, and I've just transformed my whole career. And now I work as a wellness facilitator, so I do so many different things. I've spent the past 4 years healing myself and studying and learning all about everything. I mean, Ayurvedic nutrition, yoga, Thai massage. I give water therapy in the oceans. I have been working with plant medicine for 12 years now at this point. So I've had hundreds of ayahuasca ceremonies. I currently I've been taking a break from ceremonies for about 2 years because I'm really focusing on my human life, my human self, really integrating all these lessons. I have a video on this as well, just divine timing and integrating and all that stuff. But anyway, back to the topic of the video. So yeah, the topic of, I had a dream last night about a friend that that I felt very vulnerable around. And there's something about, I just keep looking, I'm like, I guess my dogs disappeared into the jungle. Hopefully they'll be back. Also, look how cute, oh my gosh. Okay, so I had a dream about a friend, and also, I don't know if anybody can relate to this, if anybody knows about trauma bonding, what that is. So it's something can be hard for somebody that has a lot of trauma. I have a lot of trauma that I'm working through, and trauma bonding is basically when you bond with somebody in a way that's traumatic. Or, hey puppy, look at my girl, look at this girl, oh my god, where did you go, wild one? Look at the happiness, oh my god, look at the happiness, I can't even stand it, so cute, my girls, oh my gosh, so much happiness. I'm like, who needs friends when you have dogs? Anyway, that's kind of the point that I came to today. But all right, so trauma bonding is not just bonding with somebody in a traumatic way, but this can happen a lot if you have trauma that you haven't healed or processed, and maybe you share with somebody a traumatic experience, you open up to them, you say, oh, this happened, but you're not quite healed from it yet. And then you bond to them more, you cling to them more, and you expect more from them than they're able to give, and then your feelings get really hurt, and then you get hurt again. So it's like that wounded part of yourself starts to bond. Let me just show you my doggies again. That wounded part of yourself starts to bond and try to heal with the new person in an unhealthy way, because the traumatized part is not healthy. So it needs people and situations that are specifically for healing that. So unless that person is like a therapist or a safe partner or friend who's like, yeah, like, let's work through your trauma together, I can help you through this. Unless it's somebody like that, it's good to be careful around trauma bonding with people, because you can just kind of get hurt again and again and again. So I feel that I had a trauma bond experience with a girl, and this has happened, many times, not many times now, because I'm kind of realizing it, and just, not that I'm not being open with people, I'm just kind of like waiting for the right opportunity to share. But this happened like a year ago, and I just shared, some information about my childhood that I guess I wasn't quite healed enough to share with her. And it's nothing personal, but I tried to hang out with her again. I know she was traveling for a bit, so we haven't seen each other. But it gets to a point when you reach out to somebody to hang out with them, and they keep saying, oh, I'm not available. You're going to just be like, okay, I'm not going to reach out again. Like, whenever they're available, they're going to reach out. So I stopped reaching out to her. I had a dream about her last night, so I started to tap on that. So where I'm getting at this video is journaling every morning, doing your own EFT tapping in the morning. I offer these sessions. I love EFT tapping. It's just literally transformed my life. You can receive a session from somebody to work through issues, so many different things, but you can also learn how to do it yourself. So I do this every single day. So I was tapping this morning because I chose to do that instead of my journaling. And what came up, I was tapping on that because I realized, all right, my inner child's still not healed from that experience that happened like a year ago with her. And this is why it's so great to have this morning practice while you're still in alpha, because if I had just not addressed it and gone about the day, I would have missed this golden opportunity to have healing with my inner self, with my inner child. And if you don't heal these parts of yourself, they just come back, or they fester, or you feel the inner part feels more neglected and rejected and forgotten about. So I started to tap on friendships and what it looks like to have friendships, and what kind of friends am I attracting, and what kind of friends am I looking for, and what kind of partner am I looking for. And I came to the realization that it doesn't matter so much the friends that you have. It matters more the relationship you have with yourself, because I was thinking about her, and I was like, okay, so she has a boyfriend, so she probably doesn't have many close friends because she's always with her boyfriend. And then I thought about two of my girlfriends who are best friends with each other, and they have two really serious relationships. So I'm like, all right, that's not true necessarily. It depends on the person. But what's most important is that you have a solid relationship with yourself, so that you can then go out and have relationships with other people. So this time where I'm not having any super close bonds with people, except my baby girls, my dogs, I'm like, that's why God sent me them. This time while I'm not having these super deep bonds with people is a time for me to deepen this bond with myself. And I've already been doing this daily work, this journaling, my tapping. And this morning I realized the absolute importance of doing it every single day, and never letting it go, especially when you have that relationship, when you get that close friend or that partner. Because what this does, and this is where the people pleasing comes in, is You have to know yourself. I have to know what I think and feel about trauma bonding, about my trauma, about healing trauma, about dreams, about everything that I'm talking about. What do I feel about it? And then when I meet a friend, a partner, a relationship, and they share with me what they feel about XYZ, I can go back and assess myself. I can say, okay, what did we think about that? Because we've already talked about this. Because I am my own best friend. I check in with myself every day. I go over my dreams. I talk about my feelings with myself every day. So I won't get stuck on somebody, or I won't lose myself in somebody, because I'll always have myself. And I think a lot of people can lose themselves when they don't have themselves ever. So that's the only way you actually lose yourself in a relationship, is if you've never had yourself. So you have to have this relationship with yourself first and foremost. And this is where the people pleasing comes in, because people that people please, I feel, don't have a good enough relationship with themselves. So they meet these people, and these people say, I like this, I don't like that, this is cool, that's not cool, I'm gonna do this, and that's not good. And that person doesn't know what they think about it. They haven't asked themselves. Ooh, Tabano. Oh, these flies are the worst. Oh my gosh. Well, the bugs are not really that bad, but wow, when these bite, you're like, ah! Okay. Well, I don't even know what I was saying. With the people pleasing. So with the people pleasing, it's like, if I never did this journaling, this talking to myself every single day about how I feel about all these things, I could easily get sucked into somebody else's ideas, values, beliefs, ideas about what's important, and just say, yeah, that's important, that's important. Yeah, that's people pleasing. So you're just agreeing with somebody to be liked by them, to be pleased by them. So if I don't know who I am, and I meet a friend or a boyfriend or a guy that I want to date, and he says, I like black, and I like hamburgers, and I don't know, what else don't I like? Because I love white, and I like hamburgers too, but whatever. He likes all the things that I don't like, say, for example. But if I don't know who I am and know what I like and love, then I could be very tempted to just say, yeah, me too, me too. And then you just lose yourself in that person. All of a sudden, I'm wearing all these colors I don't like, I'm eating all these foods I don't like, I'm doing all these things I don't like. And I think I like them because I like this person. But then time goes on, and then I feel unhappy, and then I don't know why I'm unhappy. And then I realize that I'm people pleasing, and then I don't know how to undo it. So the way to undo it, which I'm so happy that I received this learning today, because in my podcast I didn't touch on this. So you have to check in with yourself. You have to get to know who you are, so that you can decide what you like and what you don't like. And you do that by repetition, by constantly checking in with yourself, by constantly talking to yourself, learning about yourself. Talking to yourself is the best thing ever. When you do tapping, you're basically having a therapy session with yourself. And I've come to the most enlightening information I've ever received from any book or any teacher or anything, from me. It's from my guidance. Also, my guidance is different than your guidance. So maybe you will not resonate with journaling, or maybe you will resonate with, I'm trying to think what other activity would be similar to this. You have to create a pathway of communication with yourself. So I can't really think of anything else other than tapping and journaling at this point, but maybe you resonate with something else. But it has to be a way of communicating where you're moving around thoughts, words, and emotions. So you will only know through your own practice what works for you and what doesn't. And then it'll be so great, because once you have your beliefs, which are always going to change, maybe in 2 years I'll start to love black. Things change, right? So you always check in with yourself, and you learn more and more and more about yourself. And the more you talk to yourself, the more you learn. And then when I meet somebody and they say, I really like this thing, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, but I don't really like that. But I really like this person. I think they're really interesting. I think they're really smart. And again, this is what I talk about in that podcast. So deciding whose opinion you like, why you like it, like what their value is to you, whether they have a degree in something, whether they're somebody you look up to, whether they're somebody that you think is special, important, kind, loving, like whether they have a quality that you want to cultivate, then you can always change what you like and what you don't like based on what somebody says, but you go back to your original decision of, well, originally I didn't like this because of XYZ, but this person likes this other thing because of XYZ. So then you can, oh my God, look at, where is she? Look at her tongue. Doggies. Oh my God. Yeah, she's gonna have a nice long doggy nap when we come back. That's how I know the walk is done when their tongues are like hanging out of their mouths. So you can always go back and change how you feel about something, but you check in with your inner self. You always know, well, originally I thought this about this situation because this, and this. However, my friend Stacy, who has a degree in this and this and this, she brought up some really valid points, and now I'm starting to rethink how I feel about this. But you don't abandon yourself. And when you abandon yourself, this is more trauma healing talk, when you abandon yourself is when you don't listen to yourself. So abandoning myself would be not listening to my dream, not sitting down and figuring out what my subconscious was trying to tell me about this dream, and learning about myself. So you can never abandon yourself if you always know how you feel about a situation. And if your original idea was to like one specific thing, but then you change to another, that's not abandoning yourself. That's changing your opinion, because you always go back to your center. You always talk to yourself again about your original ideas and concepts, and then you will always please yourself. You will always check in with yourself first, and then when you have these close friendships, these close relationships, you still always go over things with yourself. It doesn't have to be first, it doesn't have to be the first person that you talk to yourself. It can always be a second, third, whatever. But when you do this regularly enough, you'll know whether you're fusing to another person's idea or not. Like if you do this every day, you're gonna know, okay, am I just trying to be like them to have them like me? And you'll be able to catch yourself. And you never want to do that, because you never want to replace love and support of companionship with a human being, with a person, because even if you're in a relationship, one day you might be alone, and we'll all die alone. We all end up alone. So we're gonna die alone. We're gonna be alone when we pass away, when we leave, and we're gonna just go back to ourselves. So you can never be close enough with somebody that they're never gonna go away. You are the only person you're gonna have for the rest of your life. So it's time to start acknowledging that. Doggy. It's time to start having this relationship with yourself and never letting it go. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this message. I feel really grateful to share this. Also, because every time I make a video, I fully embody it. It's kind of like, sorry, there's a car coming. It's kind of like when I do tapping and journaling, there's somatic practices. So I guess making a video is kind of a somatic practice. It's like you embody it deeply to your core. It's like if you've ever had to do a live talk or a presentation where you memorize things, you create it, it becomes imprinted in your being and you never forget it again. So thank you for watching, because it really helps me to embody everything that I'm teaching and sharing. And by doing that, I can help you and then create space for me to receive more healing for myself to then share with you. So giving is receiving, and hope you enjoyed. If anybody wants to work together with EFT, I'll offer those sessions by themselves. And I also do a month-long manifestation mentorship where we do an EFT session at first to really focus on uncovering your limiting beliefs, your thoughts and ideas that are blocking you from manifesting your dreams, because those really need to be cleared out of the way before your subconscious will actually take in what you want it to take in. That's kind of really the hardest part, is clearing away all these negative beliefs. And then I create a customized hypnosis meditation for you that has everything specific towards what you're looking for, what you want to create. You're going to listen to that every day for 30 days. And you're going to have access to me for the whole month. So you can contact me and let me know whatever comes up, because new beliefs are going to come up. You're going to realize new things. And then, yeah, so we work with the subconscious mind. We work with hypnosis, which is the absolute best way to reprogram your thoughts and beliefs and to start to attract what you want coming into your life. And then I also offer a 3-month-long mentorship, which is, you can fill out an application for that. It's called The Life That You Love, and it's on my website. So this one's really customized towards you as well, towards what you're looking for. We also do the same thing with the manifestation mentorship. So we work on removing blocks. We work on balancing the masculine and feminine energies. And so basically healing trauma, letting go of the past, working on heart opening exercises to connect to the feminine energy, to be able to receive, to attract, to manifest everything that you want. And then balancing the masculine energy as well. So creating a structure within this 3-month period of accountability and creating a structure basically so that that feminine energy can flow into a certain container, if that makes sense. So let me know, guys. Leave some comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit the bell and be notified every day when I post a new video. Subscribe, share. Oh, I'm almost home. Also, if you're ever in Tulum, feel free to let me know. Would love to meet up. If anybody wants to have a session in the water therapy, it's a completely life-changing experience. I have a video that I made recently that I just need to edit, where I'm giving a session so you guys can see kind of what that looks like. But as always, have a beautiful day. I love you all so much.